Hi everyone, in this video, as you can see, solution is stretching and foam rolling here hip flexor. You see this quite often in the gym, in physio, in clinics, and you've been suggested to do this movement for your hip flexor. And in this video, I'm going to ask you, please stop torturing yourself. This exercise or foam rolling movement does not necessarily help to get any type of impact on your hip flexor, and it kind of like bust up and annoy your quad muscle attachment, which is quite a sore area, and I don't want you to do that. And instead, I'm going to show you what you have to do in regards to your hip flexor. Boom. All right, guys, before we dive into what you need to do about your hip flexor and whether do you need to stretch it or not, I'm going to talk about a little bit of anatomy of the hip flexor, what it is, where does it attach, and what it does.
The psoas major is a long, thick, fusiform muscle located deep in the lumbar region very close to the spine and the brim of the lesser pelvis. The psoas major originates, proximal attachments, from the lower vertebral column, specifically the bodies and transverse processes of the 12th thoracic vertebra to the 5th lumbar vertebra. It merges with the iliacus as it passes infralaterally into the thigh. Together, these muscles are known as the iliopsoas muscle. Together, they insert distal attachment into the lesser trochanter of the femur. The psoas major's intervention comes from the anterior rami of spinal nerves L1 through L3. The primary action of the psoas major is hip flexion. Reverse action enables the muscle to flex the trunk when the hip is fixated. The psoas major also assists in hip lateral rotation and adduction. Since the psoas major connects to the lower spine, it can increase lumbar lordosis. It can also assist in trunk lateral flexion.
By understanding the anatomy, you will understand that our hip flexor is quite deep layered tissue muscle underneath of so many different layers of fat, muscles, your abdominal wall and your obliques and much more, which we can't really dig into it by something as simple as foam roller or any other type of massages or stretches. That's why the most important thing that I want to teach you in this video is you not need to stretching your hip flexor, but instead you can strengthen this muscle because it's commonly underutilized and it's quite weak. The first exercise that we're going to do is to strengthen the hip flexor. You need a relatively light resistance band, feet shoulder width apart. As you can see here, session is standing. Now, the goal is that the first step is to get your hip to posterior pelvic tilt. Stay there. You can use one hand on the wall. And we're going to bring one knee up and hold it there in 5 seconds. Now, she's literally engaging that hip flexor in one side and challenging it in posterior pelvic tilt. Now, we're going to shift it to the other leg, hold it there for 5 seconds. Let's give it a go one more round. It's quite a challenging exercise, and you need something moderate in regards to strength of that resistance band. That's perfect. We're going to practice this for 3 sets of 5 each side. Hold it for 5 seconds. Make sure that you're bringing the hip to the posterior pelvic tilt when you're coming up. Use the wall as support and we go from there. Second version, guys, that you could try to strengthen your hip flexor is in mountain climber position or high plank position, all right? The first move that you do, you bring your hip to anterior pelvic tilt. First, from anterior pelvic tilt to posterior pelvic tilt, feet slightly shoulder width apart. You're stabilizing your whole back and your core actually get engaged in this exercise as well. Let's give it a try session. We're gonna go very slow control. Yeah, now you don't hold it, you go back and you change legs. While you're maintaining the good posture here, it's quite a difficult exercise. You're gonna go for 5 to 8 repetitions for 3 sets. That's very good, take your time, go a little bit slower. Yeah, cool, and relax. Guys, the last exercise that I'm gonna show you in this routine in regards to hip flexor strengthening is we're gonna do eccentric basically exercise with a little bit of adjustment. You need a quite a solid dumbbell or weight that you can hook in one of your legs, as you can see where Celestine is sitting. And you need a stable chair that it doesn't wobble too much, all right? Now, I'm gonna ask you to show you, we're gonna do a single leg, and you have to build up some capacity for this exercise because this challenge your core and your hip flexor at the same time. So now, Celestine, let's give it a try. We're gonna start with the right leg. You're gonna be on the, basically quite a solid position, slow control back, all the way back, all the way back. There's eccentric stretch there and forward. Now, eccentric is something that hugely impacts your hip flexor muscle and hugely strengthen that muscle. Now, it lengthens the muscle at the same time, which means you're getting a little bit of stretch as well, but it's not as the same impact of stretching your hip flexor. It's quite advanced and it really helps you to build up more strength on that. Let's try it now with the opposite leg solution. You can adjust yourself there, yeah, perfect. Now make sure to don't do this exercise without supervision. Make sure you have friends at the back that support you in case if something fall down or twist. Let's give it a try again. Slow control down. Yep. And back up. Now, as you can see, I'm not going full range back with Celestine. We're gonna try to go within a comfortable range that feels good and gradually build them up. In all the exercises, guys, make sure to work around comfortable range that feels good and build it up gradually. This exercise should be done for 3 sets of maximum 4 to 5 repetitions with good amount of rest, at least 1 to 2 minutes rest between each set that you do. That is so important. All right, guys, we're gonna finish this video to show you these 2 tools that commonly used for hip flexor stretches, which is quite painful, a massage ball or foam roller. We do not want to use these guys. Throw them away for this purpose. Use what I show you in this video, and by following this exercise, you can hugely see massive difference in your capacity and utilizing actually your hip flexor. If you have any question regarding to your injury, you can always contact me through my website. If you need more assistance, you can always book an online consultation. No matter where you are in the world, we can get you started right away. If you would like to see more of my online clients testimonial, you can watch the link below and you will see how I help them online, and it might be something that you could be interested. Before we finish, make sure to subscribe my channel for my weekly update and don't forget to press that like button. I really appreciate your help. This means a lot for my channel, and that's the only way that I can grow this channel, by like and share and subscribe my channel for my weekly update. I really appreciate your help. Until next week, all the best.